So we're at the 10-year anniversary of Core to Cloud at our security and compliance event, SCOM, and yeah, hosting customers, partners, lots of friends and family later to celebrate 10 years of great success, really. And I am here today with the man, the myth, the legend of Ollie Newbury. And Ollie and I have been working for a while, whilst Ollie was on the other side of the fence as a customer, talking before around how we can help better support financial organization. I let him introduce himself in his past. But I've always had a lot of respect for Ollie as an individual, extremely knowledgeable and a great partner. And to have him work as a partner of ours has been really, well, great influence and great learning for us as a business. And we're really seeing some great success in terms of our partnership. And yeah, I'll obviously allow Ollie to introduce himself, but it's great to have him here today.
Well, thanks, James. Yeah, so as James said, Ollie Newbury, I'm the Chief Strategy Officer at Halcyon, so the leading anti-ransomware company. Formerly, as James alluded to, I was Global CISO at Barclays Bank for a number of years. I have a long history in operational cybersecurity, both in telecoms and also in national security and intelligence as well. Well, yeah, I was very honored when James asked me to give the keynote at the 10-year SCOM Core to Cloud event. We touched on a number of things, obviously. The recent highly impactful attacks we've seen in the UK, including, of course, Jaguar Land Rover. But we actually spent the majority of the time looking forward a little bit at kind of maybe what CISOs and other security leaders should be thinking about next, and signs that perhaps adversaries will be increasingly using AI and starting to think about what does that mean in terms of how we rethink the way we approach defense and security. What do we need to do to adapt to a world in which we have AI-enabled adversaries?
So I think, since I started the business 10 years ago, I've learned quite a lot over the years in terms of technologies and services. And I think the way that the industry has changed over these years has been quite a lot around outcomes. There's no point in buying additional widgets or technology just to fill a gap. What is exactly the outcome? What is the risk that we're trying to address, rather than just buying another technology or tool to address a particular problem. And I think there's technology fatigue. Everyone says alert fatigue, but it's technology fatigue. And I think right now, when we decide that we choose a technology or a partnership, that we do a lot of due diligence. We stress test it. We think about, what exactly does a customer need, and what exactly are their biggest risks, and how can we address them. And working with Ollie and the team at Halcyon, we really believe that we're making an impact in the UK and supporting our customers on addressing a real big risk and challenge for every single organization. And, I would say that, today is a day where we can talk around, well, what are we doing? How are we doing it? And, what can we do together as a team? So I suppose really for you, Ollie, why did you move to Halcyon? What exactly are you trying to achieve personally and also from a business perspective? I think that's, what I think anyone that knows you and your past and your history is, it was a big move.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I think to your point, I've always sort of been kind of mission orientated in what I've done, starting with the work in the national security space, helping keep the UK safe, both generally and of course from cyber. And then, obviously people's lives, their savings are wrapped up in their bank and financial services. You feel like in protecting that ecosystem that powers the whole economy, you're doing something significant. And so, I guess as I moved through my career, it was how could I do that on a kind of broader canvas? What are big problems that are left in cyber to be solved? And I saw ransomware only increasing, the way it was disrupting business, in the UK and globally. And I felt like that's a motivating mission: defeating ransomware globally, making reducing the impact for businesses, from ransomware. And honestly, the technology was compelling. I felt it was innovative. It was a new category. It was category defining. I spent some time, advising them, and pleased that I did. And I think, if anything, since I've joined, I've only felt sort of more convinced. And I think there's a lot more work to do, but we're starting now to really be able to material help customers and clients both in the UK and around the world. Yeah, and finally, I'd just like to congratulate you, James, on 10 incredible years. And certainly, uh, as you mentioned, we've known each other for a while, but certainly since Halcyon's been partnered with Corda Cloud, we've been massively impressed. And, for me, it's quite important as a former CISO to work with partners that I know understand what's kind of really needed, that are responsive, that get close to clients' problems, that are focused on delivering kind of outcomes, not just installing things and walking away. And I've seen that in evidence in all the work that we've done, and I can see therefore why you've been so tremendously successful. And I can also see, the adoption of innovation that you continue to drive, and that's present in this SCOM event very much, throughout the talks that are happening today. I think ultimately, being innovative, staying close to clients, focusing on outcomes, is only going to, I'm sure, power the 20 and 50-year anniversaries in the future.
Well, that's a wrap. But yeah, no, yeah, appreciate all the kind words. And I think, for us as a business this event is just a bit of a landmark and an opportunity for us to really demonstrate, and really, I suppose, promote what we do so well. And I think also connecting people, like-minded individuals that have the same objectives that they can network with. Our salespeople aren't the salespeople. Our customers are the salespeople, and that's how we generate great relationships and success. So, yeah, appreciate the kind words.